My name is Rafael Rabalan here at JTech, and I'm going to be basically explaining base fuel injection. And for the base fuel injection, we got inputs and outputs that go through the ECM, and the ECM decides from the inputs what to output. So we got some on display, but not all the sensors. But I'm going to go starting from the engine coolant temperature. Engine coolant temperature tells the temperature of the coolant, which is located on the water jackets of the block. And we got the intake air temperature, should be on the air filter, and it has it senses the air temperature of the what's coming in. We got the baro, which is the altitude, or it's a sensor that determines the altitude. Then we got the NOx sensor, which determines the timing and whether it's off or not. And then we got the manifold, the NOx sensor, which is on the intake manifold itself, and it determines the load. And then we got the throttle position, which determines what position the throttle is in, whether it's wide open or fully closed. Oh yeah, we got some down here. So we got the coolant temperature sensor right here. Like I said, it is on the water jacket. Got the MAP sensor, intake air temperature. They're all pretty small. And then you got the cam position and crank position, which is intertwined with each other. The cam position's on the distributor itself. Should be in there. It's inside the housing. And yeah, cam will only work if it's timed correctly with crank. And then we got the O2 sensor, which is over here, and it's hooked up to the exhaust, and at a certain temperature it actually that's when it works. At a certain temperature, like, should be relatively hot, and then it goes to the ECM, and then the ECM over here, this decides, it's like the motherboard, it decides what to output, which is the ignition coils, which is on this, which comes from this coil pack, and this engine came with 6. And then it tells these fuel injectors to pump out fuel. And then we got the fuel pressure regulator with the fuel rail. And this regulates how much fuel should go through this rail, and then comes out as a vapor. And then you got the fuel pump, which is right here. It should be located under the back seat. And then you got the EGR, which is on most vehicles, but it's exhaust gas recirculation. Then you got ignition timing. It tells the engine whether to advance or go retarded, and we got the idle air control, which controls the idle of the actual engine. And then once again, evap. It's on most cars. Yeah, that's it, man. Thanks for watching.